My name is Rhapsody, welcome back to Hearthstone Arena. We're just coming off the back of that previous one, so forgive me if I sound a little salinated. Rogue, thank you, because the other two have been incredibly recent, and also Rogue is actually quite dope. Gnomeregan Egg, we can't guarantee an activator for, but as a mage, as a rogue, we're more likely to have one. We could get a Cold Blood or something like that off. I think that's actually worth it. Like, Illuminator is a solid, 2-4 for 3, but God, there's so many better ones. I'm gonna take the Gnomeregan Egg. Yep. All of these are really bad, so I'll take Ship's Cannon, just because it's a solid 2-3, I guess. Fan of Knives for possible aggro board clear. There's no way I'm getting a lot of mechs in my deck, right? So I'll take a Mad Bomber, or at least I can't rely on getting a lot of mechs in my deck. Out of these, it's got to be the Shiv, right? Deal 1 damage, draw 1 card. It's basically the same as the Novice Engineer, but it's got charge, right? It's pretty much exactly the same. Tinkertown Technician would be a lot better if I could guarantee early mechs, but I can't. That's a Zombie Chow. It has to be, right? Zombie Chow is just so good in that position. Especially up against those cards. A Marnie Berserker or a Shiv. I feel like this could be another Shiv. I'll take the Imani Berserker over the second Shiv. Just a solid 2-3 again. A Nuba Ambusher is a lot better when you're doing a control style deck. Draconid Crusher is a 6-6 for 6. Possibly a 9-9 for 6, which is really good. I think I want to guarantee a better mid-game before I guarantee my late game. That's a Petition's Blade pretty easily. Master of Disguise is okay, but Petition's Blade gets a lot of removal. I'm qualmed. I think the Sea Giant is the easiest to play of all of the giants. So let's talk about it like this. Which of these is immediately out? It's Big Game Hunter, because on 3, it's a shitty stats, right? People don't even like the Jungle Panther, and it's that plus stealth, right? So on 3, it's shitty stats. If it removes something, it's amazing, but you can really rarely guarantee that it will remove something, and especially in an aggro deck, or, a more aggressive orientated deck, such as Rogue tends to be, you don't want to get to the point that you ever see anything with attack 7 or more. I think in my entire last arena, I never saw a thing with attack 7 or more, so it doesn't seem valuable. Whereas Sea Giant is the most castable of the giants, can be cast pretty early. But the Piloted Sky Golem does not rely on that, is a better late game card in general, and just summons a 4-cost min. It's so powerful. I'll take the Cult Master because the rest of those are bad. Guess I take the Dread Corsair in this position, because it's usually going to be a 3-3 for taunt, but 3-3 taunt for 3, but possibly it's a 2 mana 3-3 taunt. And if I get Deadly Poison, it's a lot better. These are all really bad, so I'll take Betrayal, which can be AoE removal. Gosh, I have a bad deck. I want to take Wailing Soul, but if it silences Gnomeregan Egg or a Marnie Berserker, that's bad, but it could silence Zombie Chow. But if it silences Piloted Sky Golem, that's horrible. However, the other 2 cards are literally unplayable. Oh, great. Another Betrayal that I have to take. Wow. This is really bad. I think it's the Gnomeregan Infantry. Because Sap just slows your opponent down a little for huge cost to you. And Corehound is unplayable as well. Well, Gnomeregan. I'm really sad about that. So I'm going to try and get some stronger 4s. So I'm going to take a Dancing Swords, apparently. First Assassinate or Ogre Brute to shore up my 3-drop slot. My 3-drop slot needs shoring up. I'll take the Assassinate. God. This is a really bad draft. Mad Scientist does nothing. Vanish is just way too slow to even consider playing in Arena. And Reckless Rocketeer. Usually, if you vanish, your opponent just plays the same board state again, and then you're like, well, okay. So I've got to go for Reckless Rocketeer. Wow. It's It's a Blood Knight, solid card by itself. Got to take the Abyss over the Volcanic Drake, because Abyss is way more powerful. Silverhand Knight helps me shore up my 5-drop slot, which is currently really bad. That's a Bloodsail Raider. Hopefully I can stop taking early game now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. God, I don't even have good early game. Alright, it's either Sprint or Silverhand Knight. This is a really bad deck. I'll take Sprint. Gosh. Like, I'm so disappointed in this deck. Wow. Like, almost every decision is really just a decision I don't want to be making, because it's just outright bad. I'll take a Kobold to power... No, I can't even do that. Apparently I can. Because it's better than the rest. Assassinate, I'll take the first one, thank you. Spiteful Smith is an amazing card in Rogue. Frost Elemental, just because it's higher on the curve. And Sunwalker is an amazing card. This is a really, I don't want to play this deck. So many of those decisions there were, hey, this is a bad card, and this is a bad card, and this is also a bad card. And it's not like they were optionally, like, okay. Many of them were just flat out bad in all cases. Like, oh, it's not like, oh, this could be a really good aggressive card. It's a shitty aggressive card as well. This is going to be a really bad game. I want to draw into Kobold later, rather than earlier. If my opponent tries to respond to the Zombie Chow with a 2-1, sorry, a 2-3, I'll be hilariously happy. Because then that fixes my curve. The Zombie Chow attacks, I dagger up, I attack, and then the Ogre Brute comes out the turn after. I saved the charge, there's no need to attack right now. So I'm missing out on Deadly Poisons, I'm missing out on more Eviscerates, which would have been good. I'm missing out on the 3-2 that buffs your weapon for 1. Whatever that is, I'm missing out on it. Only because I can remove one of them immediately do I do that. And it would have been way too slow to attack and then Fan of Knives, so I didn't do that. My opponent has the coin, which I need to remember. They can at any point drop a 4, which would be really annoying if they were to say drop a... Whoa! Drop a whoopah! This turn. Which is the new name for True Silver Champion. If they did that and killed the Ogre Brute, I guess I Wailing Soul, use my hero power to kill the Spectral Spider. I can also guarantee next turn the attack of my Ogre Brute by Wailing Souling. This is actually a really good board to Wailing Soul as well. Damn it. We went for the removal. I think I can actually save the weapon charge here. I don't think the difference between 1 and 2 health matters. At least not right now. It's worth noting this survives against the True Silver Champion, but it also prevents the 5 heal. Gonna be cool. I guess I Cult Master trade. Unless my opponent uses their weapon this turn. Oh, they totally didn't. So I could Cult Master trade. I could Spiteful Smith double hit. That seems pretty good, actually, for developing a board. I don't need more cards. I need good cards. The thing is, if my opponent doesn't play anything with 6 attack, or with, like, the lethal modifier... What is it? The little poison thing? Any death touch? It's not called Death Touch in this. It's called Death Touch in Magic. But if my opponent plays anything, doesn't play anything like that, sorry, then I get to enrage my Spiteful Smith and buff my weapon, which means I'll most likely be able to kill it just with an extension of my weapon.
For the crusade!
Oh gosh, where's my thing? You know, the thing. Blood Knight would have been amazing.
For Gnomeregan! Here we
I'm gonna save the health on my dude.
For the gnome! Suffer!
I think that's out and out correct. Again, Paladin specifically has a lot of difficulty dealing 1 damage where they won't be dealing 2 or 3 instead. So having a minion on 1 health is actually not that bad. Whereas against the mage, that would be fatal flawed. It'd be a sin, basically.
I wonder.
I think it's also worth noting that it's also a taunt, so it's not like my opponent's going to push through and kill my Spiteful Smith.
Let the pain speak.
That's really good for me.
Something needs tinkering?
That is so good for me. Wow. Like, that's so good for me that I don't know if my opponent knows what they did.
Suffer!
Because now this weapon kills that. And this isn't even that damaged anymore.
For the gnomes!
I'm not going to play the Cult Master because it doesn't have an immediate effect. I'd love to have played the Sunwalker that turn, but the value from getting a 3 damage weapon hit there was too much. It was too much to contain myself. Also, it's worth noting that I just put another card in my opponent's hand, so the possibility of betrayal being hilariously good is much higher. Can get 2 damage in with Petition's Blade. Oh, I know how I do this. Okay, this is pretty easy. Right, I actually take the 8 damage on the face. And then I play the Cult Master. Then I ping my own dude, giving him 5 damage to kill that, and also draw a card. There's the Assassinate I needed earlier. Oh well. So I have a really good hand right now. I can remove huge threats, I can prevent small threats, and I can clear a board if I really need to. Well, I can clear the majority of a board. This is also a 4 damage weapon, so I've got a True Silver Champion equipped as of the result of last turn. And I got to use all of my weapons super efficiently.
I wonder.
Had to trade not much at all for it. And I'm not obviously worried about my health. My opponent's not going to fucking Hammer of Wrath, next turn, Hammer of Wrath, and then the turn after Hammer of Wrath one more time for the kill. Hopefully.
Let me think.
So one big whopper just gets destroyed by Assassinate. It's not a big enough whopper. Oh, that's Blessing of Wisdom, of course. Uh-huh. Four, 1, 13, and Shiv makes it a little less. Oh. 14. Do not have lethal. Can draw cards. That's true. 13. But I can't draw into lethal, because I have to trade away some of my damage in order to draw those cards. I think the 1/1 is important.
I wonder.
My opponent's not played anything horrific. I also feel like the my opponent can't have Consecrate, they would have done it.
Choose soon.
I don't feel I actually need the Cult Master. But I guess I'm gonna make this trade.
Here we go.
It's worth noting that I actually meant to trade the Cult Master there. Oh well. Shiv, Duel, Eviscerate, and then I killed my Gnomeregan. So before that state, I had a 4, 4, 4, 1, 13. So imagine 1 more damage went to face. And then 4 damage would have went to face. And then I would have eviscerated. I would have won the game, actually, if I just went for the face. I had lethal off the draw of Eviscerate. I thought... See, the thing is, as of last turn, I decided that I didn't have lethal off of Eviscerate, but I think I was thinking about whether I traded the Gnomeregan across. I wasn't thinking about Shiv.
Well played.
But still, we ended up winning, so I guess it doesn't matter that much. Okay. Wait, I only just caught the name of that person. Was that... Yeah, it was Mr. Egg. We played against Northern Lion himself. Oh, man. That was a fun game. I quite like that. I'm glad at the very least, even if I didn't execute it correctly, I did spot that I had lethal at the end there, because it means, hey, in the future, I'm going to be better at spotting that. I'm going to be better at calculating that, right? It's experience, which I've been talking about so much recently. Gosh. Just that concept of getting better at something over time. It seems like such a basic concept, but apparently some people are just like, no, you're always treading water no matter what you're... Well, not specifically to me, they were just saying that in general they always feel like they're treading water, and then you have to just like sit them down and point out, yo, you're getting better at this over time, just look at what you did half a year ago. It's fine. This is a different, different paladin. I know, because it says Jerry and not Mr. Egg. I'm sorry, something about that tickles me, it really does. Oh, what up, Avenge?
It's time for a little blood.
I hopefully don't trigger Avenge until it's on a super valuable target, and then I kill it with the Assassinate. Oh, I'm the happiest dude. Oh, really? It's Noble Sacrifice. Hilarious. Still wanted to trigger it. Doesn't matter. My opponent is still getting more value by trading here. Unless, of course, they have the coin.
Something needs
And, yeah, that's not really that many cases in which it's better. Ah, 1 mana card would have been amazing. Oh well. I've got a solid curve after this. Oh no! What if the Ogre Brute misses and hits nothing? It's also worth noting that I can actually play the Petition's Blade in order to hit my own Spiteful Smith in order to charge the Petition's Blade. Yep. That's a thing that feasibly I could do if I wanted. Although I don't need to right now. I wonder exactly if they're going to be able to get anything powerful off with the Dragon Consort. It could happen this turn, because a lot of the Dragon Legendaries are 8 mana. Huh. Why?
Something needs tinkering?
4, 4, 1. I do not have lethal. Kobold Betrayal is hilarious. I get the Spider Tank betray the Tinkertown. Yeah, that's pretty good. And I actually want to spend as much mana as I can from my hand. So it does 4 damage to... What? It should have done... What? It should do 4 damage across, because... Spell damage. Is that not how that works, apparently?
Here we
Grumble, grumble, grumble. Means I get 3 less damage into the face this turn. Great. Now it actually puts me at risk.
Let the pain speak to me.
Four, 3, 2. Too much. Kind of want to be able to kill that in a single hit. Don't want to give my opponent 2 cards for it. I definitely don't want it to get kings, though, so I have to kill it this turn. And a new bar needs to go down this turn as well.
So many options.
Okay, fine.
Here we go.
And attack, additions, attack. It's fine, I get the benefit of Jeeves, they don't get the benefit of Jeeves. They're very far ahead of me in terms of amount of cards, but they do have to clear this turn. God, what if they play Deathwing? Costs 10 mana, it's a dragon, they have the dragon consort buff, they play Deathwing, lose their whole hand, and clear my board. Oh, wow. Wow. That is very powerful. I'm 1 damage off lethal. Reckless Rocketeer, 2. Yeah, 1 damage off lethal. Oh well. Why do I feel like I double trade for that? I think I feel like I double trade for that because if I don't double trade for it, it's possible that Assassinate is wasted. Like, I need Assassinate for a huge threat. Do I? No. No, I need to push the advantage that I currently have.
Here we go.
Gosh. If I lose to huge taunt right now, I'll be real sad. Just trying to play around it, but...
What we do.
It's a pretty big taunt.
It's time for a little blood.
Suddenly I don't care anymore. Actually, it doesn't even matter. Interestingly enough. Betrayal. It's 2 damage to each. And then I'll just kill you with that. I'm not even going to reveal my Reckless Rocketeer. Well played. Ooh, we might even get the Meek Shall Inherit finished. Oh, baby. I like me some gold, I'll tell you that much. Got 550 of it right now, which makes me a sad fucking dude. I would like at least 2 zeros to be added to the end of that. I would accept many more. Then I could open more packs, and then never use them at all because I don't play ranked. Look! I can prove I don't play ranked. Whee! 23.
I will fight with honor.
Watch.
Wow, is everyone a paladin in Arena today? Fan of Knives. You know what? I'm gonna keep it because it's a hard counter against, wow, Blood Knight's really good as well. It's a hard counter against the Muster for Battle. The musty battle.
Slippery.
Slippery. My opponent is one turn away from Muster for Battle. Oh no. Oh dear. I feel like I do it on this, because then I can clear that this turn, whereas I do it on this, this becomes a 2-3. No, it's actually the same. Ish.
Here we go.
Muster for Battle, come on. Bring it. Muster me up, buddy. That is a really odd looking Muster for Battle. Oh my. I don't have anything to trigger that Petition's Blade. Looks like it's actually
Here we
attack
go.
and Fan of Knives. So now I can shiv Petition's Blade this turn. I'm just trading my health for cards on the board, just constantly.
Stratholm will be purged.
A shiv Petition's Blade is correct. I want a Petition's Blade and kill it and develop a Dread Corsair instead. But the thing is, if that's Noble Sacrifice, I become the saddest dude of all time. I think I have to take that risk.
Here we go.
Excuse me?
Purged.
Job's done.
Well, I'm gonna have to slow my opponent down something fierce. Hopefully this Dread Corsair does that. Maybe this Frost Elemental, depending on the size of what my opponent plays.
TC 130 mental dislocator.
Blood and plunder.
X marks the spot.
Here we go.
I'm actually going to develop the egg, and here's the reasoning. If my opponent consecrates, I want them to have to face, you know, things. I want them to have to face consequences for just consecrating. The consecrate consequences. It also means I can't play Wailing Soul ever, so that's real good too.
Join or die, or both.
Reporting for duty.
Well, this is not good. Due to the threat of kings, I have to immediately remove all minions. Which means that I'm in a really odd position where I can't develop as many minions as I'd like each turn. This freezes a minion. No, a character. Cool. Okay, I can slow down my opponent
Reporting for duty.
a little.
Here we go. Mistakes were made.
Well played.
It's time for a little blow.
Am I the dumbest dude of all time? I was supposed to freeze the face.
Here we go.
I apparently am the dumbest dude of all time. Now all my opponent is needs 1 damage. Yeah, there's no way they don't have
I've
lethal.
got the beast in my sight.
Oh, wow! Take that.
Blood and plunder.
That was
Reporting for duty.
that was some meta shit right there. Freezing the face, incidentally, would not have prevented lethal, evidently. So... luckily, it was not that horrible. Oh well, we lose.
I give up.
See.
Well played.
Yeah, that went horribly. That went horribly. Having no real early minions to play was a huge problem. Like I imagined it wasn't going to be. Trading away all of my health in the early game. We didn't manage to stabilize at any point.
Valera versus
Sadly.
Jaina.
You asked for it. Watch your back.
It's not that bad. Okay. Oh, that's a problematic cough right there. Excellent. I love having the Blood Knight in the early hand, just in case. Scarlet Crusader, it's just... poops all over it. I should start playing a little slower, because freezing the wrong target there was dumb. Although I would have died, obviously, anyway, but still, freezing the wrong target was dumb. It's more worthwhile for me to have a minion on the board, so I will summon that. If we were on turn 4, then I would have done a Mighty Berserker Dagger Mastery instead, but... oh well. Oh, that's a shame.
It's time for a little blow.
If you go for the value, you leave it on 1 health and I get to kill it with my dagger. If you don't go for the value... I guess I don't care. Really? Interesting.
For Lorthamar.
Here we go.
Who you want me killed?
I wonder how long they're going to leave that there. And whether it's going to pay off, of course. I mean, I do have an Abyss, so after it makes its first attack, it's dead. Like... although I'm also not playing 4-drops, so it's not like I'm really punishing my opponent. If they attack, that's probably duplicate. Because then they're setting up to play 2 of them on turn 6. Should be hilarious. God, I wish I had my spell damage in hand just so I could punish that so hard.
Am ready.
Oh, man. Of course. 5 damage to the face saves a minion.
Here
I'll do
we
it.
go.
I mean, I know that Blizzard kills me. It's just a reality that I have to deal with. Wow, Cone of Cold. I was not expecting that, I'll tell you that much. Really? Why?
They all bend to my
Here we go.
So you can ping once, kill one of them. I imagine you kill the 5-1 rather than 5-1. Love to sprint at some point in the future. No. Might be clearer in the future than I thought. Another Cone of Cold. The problem here is I can't attack the face for free. I do actually have to let my opponent get that trade. And I sadly have to make the trade myself as well. Oh, sadness. It's not a big enough minion to assassinate. If I assassinate it, then I'm just, like, screwed for ages. That's a scary minion, though, that one right there.
Here we go.
I'll hold. I don't think I win this game either, to be completely honest with you. All my opponent needs is just one spell. One even half decent spell and they get like so much value. Fireball! Armor plating. Yep. Suddenly that gets assassinated. I definitely want the Flame Walker to be dead before the before the Mechanical Yeti dies, just in case my opponent gets a minion that's just horrible. Death from the shadows! I actually need this to miss and kill that. Sad life. Sad life, sad wife.
Me smash you.
Didn't work. So I guess I just die next turn, probably? Try and summon a taunt.
Oh my god. For the nose.
I mean, I died to Fireball anyway because that's spell damage, so I might as well attack there. 3 dagger. Oh no, I just made myself die to Frostball. No, I didn't. Frostbolt was going to kill me because of the ping anyway. This actually doesn't affect my winning chances making that attack.
Something needs tinkering?
Some trigger. That's hilariously odd. 4-1 goes face. Okay. I don't have any heal in my deck, though. Wow. Okay. Okay, here we go. Super strats. We need this to miss and to kill it. Right? Right? Okay, so the fewest targets we can have on board is by hitting that first. Then having this miss. Kill that. Nope.
Well played. Here we go.
I was gonna die to the spiders anyhow. So the problem with his deck that I've found so far is just a lot of the picks that I said, you know, there's no good pick here, so I have to make a bad pick. I did say very early that I was not happy with the deck, even slightly. But also, another problem that I found with the deck is, as an aggressive rogue, or even last time when I was playing a warlock, like as a class that trades your health for advantages, You really need to have some sort of heal. And I wasn't offered any really good heal, right? I don't even think I was offered an Earthen Ring Farseer in this deck. Whereas last time I was offered an Earthen Ring Farseer, but had to pass it up. That's the majority of healing that I've been offered in the entire video game so far.
I will be
Unfortunately.
your death.
Excellent. I need a better 3-drop. That's what I need.
The pleasure is mine.
I am ready.
The pleasure is mine.
So I've got two options. I coin hero power, and then I kill that, or I play the zombie chow. My opponent attacks, and then they hero power, and then they attack. So both give me a naked board, but one of them gives me the naked board at the end of my opponent's next turn.
Many options.
I think I'm gonna go with this,
Here we go.
entirely based off of the reasoning that this will come out as a 3-3. So if my opponent were to play a 2-3 this turn, then this is so much stronger. Like, it also forces my opponent to dagger off 2 mana, right? If they play a 2-3 this turn. Oh, and cool, if they have to dagger this turn as well, it's hilariously good because they don't get any effect out of it.
X marks the spot.
Gosh, having a weapon is handy dandy. Look at that. Iron Fur Grizzly sitting right here. Wow, you're going for a new dagger. Oh, right. Yeah, that's right. I lost a few games, so now I know where I am. Oh well. Stops you from attacking my face.
Here we go.
Die, landlubber.
No!
I really don't care. This game, like, oh. Unless my opponent is, like, holding on to some crazy combos, it's pretty much over. I shouldn't say that. I don't have solid 4-drops in hand, so it's not like it's that over. And I don't want to play the Mad Bomber while I'm ahead, obviously, because it only can bomb my dudes.
Ready, sir.
I feel like I do play Mad Bomber here, though.
Did someone say bye?
Oh, it killed my dude!
Sorry about that. Here we go.
That Mad Bomber hit purely my minions and the opponent's face twice. Killed one of my minions and damaged the other. Am I going to end up losing due to that hilariously bad roll? Am I going to end up losing to someone who drafted Murlocs? Only time can tell. Wah, wah, wah.
Here we go.
I may be the saddest man of all time. That close. All we need to do is lose this match and it will be officially confirmed. 2 2-3s in a row, Ryan is complete trash.
I wonder.
That's not good. You still have to draw into them until they're okay. As long as it summons something decent. Relatively okay. It's the end of a turn, right? Yeah, end of your turn, deal 2 damage to a non-mech minion. I feel like I have to silence that. God, I wish I could play Anabar and then Wailing Soul. But instead, it's going to be Wailing Soul and then Cobalt. If I lose this, you know what? Fuck it. If I lose this match, I quit Hearthstone. It's done. Or at least I would quit the Arena Series. I can't continue losing health. I feel like that Piloted Sky Golem will eventually kill me. If I were to take 6 damage from it. So now I have to take 4 damage.
Here we go.
Come on. Play a 1-mana minion, double Cold Blood, and then Abyss my face.
Pass me that arc-light spanner.
You can still double Cold Blood and Abyss my face. You could triple Cold Blood and Abyss my face, actually.
Silver Moon shall not fall.
Don't reveal your minion. That would be hilarious. Oh, now you're all about trading. Six damage.
Join or die, or both. Mine.
So many betrayals. Why is humanity so evil?
Here we go.
I'm actually going to put my Nerubian Egg over here. Because if they want to betray this target, they're going to have to kill 2 things. Right? Give me 2 cards, and I get a 4/4. So their best board clear is Betrayal. And they wouldn't even be able to kill that much. I mean, betray the Wailing Soul and you'd be able to kill the Cult Master. That's kind of the best thing so far.
Behold the might of Stormwind.
It's still entirely possible that I lose. Shiv.
Who's next?
I have to be as sure as I can that I'm not going to lose. I don't want to end the series. I do have lethal if this doesn't miss.
I got the best deals anywhere.
Oh.
This is our town, scrub.
Yeah, beat it.
Are we going up against a Miracle Rogue? Evidently not, but still. Okay, 50-50% chance for lethal. Do we get it? I think I may have used a Vis already.
Smash you.
Hit this at least. Thank you. I think the Gnomeregan infantry is actually more important right now. Just because it's got taunt, and I don't want to die to any just incredible bullshit. Also, it looks like I'm not coming to a part 2 on this episode either, so for those of you that like the long, solid playthrough of one episode, hip hip hooray! And those of you that don't, I'm sorry.
I've got the beast in my sights.
Why do all of my enemies have fucking... Wait. No, it was Boats X last time. And I think it was a different class as well. Hey, I do still have a Vis, which means I have lethal. Well played.
Well played. Well played.
3-2! We're officially not the worst player of all time. We actually managed to lose. We've managed to win against more enemies so far, at least, than we've lost to. Yay! Let's celebrate with infectious mononucleosis. You should know the symptoms. See your doctor today. Although you'll know if you have infectious mononucleosis because it's horrid. But so cute. Look, it's so snuggly. Look at those big eyes. Oh, you can't stay mad at it. Unless it makes you drop out of a semester of university. In which case, you can stay a little salty at it. You know what? I'll tell you that firsthand.
Valera versus.
But you definitely can't be mad at Ash from Evil Dead. Oh, and Army of Darkness.
Back.
That's gonna be a full hand mulligan. I don't have anything I can play in the early game. I mean, that's not so bad, but it's still not good. Okay, there we go. I'm a little more happy now. It's unlikely my opponent plays anything that makes me use my dagger on turn 2. It's just playing too far into my wheelhouse. There's 0% chance that my opponent plays a Divine Shield. This turn, at least. Oh, maybe! Bummer.
Glory to the
That's really sad, because it trades against both of these, so I'm trading 2 minions for the coin. Because if my opponent attacks optimally, they attack the lower damage one first, which means that I am prevented from using my Dagger Mastery to respond. Unless, of course, I want to look incredibly foolish. But now I have a decent response. Although I will note I probably lose the game to swipe at this point.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
Elven Archer! Wow, if I don't draw Fan of Knives really soon, I lose the game. Wow. I am the most surprised man of all time. I'm trying to slow down my opponents constantly, but I'm supposed to be playing an aggro deck. I just don't have any good early game minions. I mean, I have some, but mostly I have the same problem I have with Warlock, where I have good early game, but my good early game is almost entirely reliant on... What the fuck are you doing? Okay, my opponent's getting super aggressive right now. Hero power or Wrath for 1? Wrath for 1. Wow. The plain fact is that Betrayal doesn't put anything on my board. This does. It's what I have to do. That's a really good minion to have gotten. I may have to assassinate Taz Dingo, to be honest, though. Maybe. No, it's fine. I betray that, and then I shiv Taz Dingo to kill it. Also draw a card, evidently. And then remove it. Okay, so I'm not in horrible position. I just need to have a safe turn where I can sprint, and then I'll be in a really good position.
Squire, attend me.
Ready, sir.
Evidently, it's going to be a while before we get that safe turn. Spiteful Smith hero power, and then it doesn't matter which way I do this. Actually, it does, because I could have had a spell damage on the field instead. And this kind of shows my opponent, yo, I don't have spell damage, I guess. It's kind of annoying. So I've gotta hope that Assassinate hits hard. That would be so good. Like Ironbark Protector opponent does nothing else. Like, attacks face with the 4/4. And then... Oh, I'm in the clear. That's real annoying. Not particularly phased about that one, though.
Clobbering time.
Here we go.
I'm not playing the Cult Master, even though I could have picked up a card there. Because it's too valuable for my opponent's 2/1 to hit it. That's getting assassinated so hard.
Here we go.
Please hit. Thank you. Oh, I ended my turn, but there was a possibility that I drew a card that I could use. Oh well. Unfortunately, now I don't have any big target removal.
Shall not fall.
So I'm kind of... Yeah. Fucked might be a strong word, but... Definitely not in a great way.
Truth is my shield.
I will take 3 damage to remove the Divine Shield, but now I'm going to stop. I cannot afford any more face damage just in case I get, you know, like Starfired and Swept. Sorry, Starfire. Yeah, Starfire. 6 damage, 6 mana, 5 damage, deal 1. Sorry, 5 damage, draw 1 card. And then swipe. It's 4. Swibbity, swibbity, swoop. From Gnomeregan.
Justice shall prevail.
I do need to draw so that I can, like, demonstrate that I have way better board presence than my opponent. I could kill that this turn. It would be attack and then Petition's Blade. It's too much.
Who's next?
Here we go.
It's too much. Reckless Rocketeer Petition's Blade next turn is 9 damage, plus 4, plus 4, plus. That's exactly full. If I played the Gnomeregan, I would have won. Force of Nature is an epic. It is not a card that you consistently play around. Well, hey, at least I killed as many people as killed me. So, there's that. Dear God in heaven. Let's hope we get something good in this pack to make up for it. Did I even manage to complete my daily quest? Please tell me I did. Oh, thank you. At least I'm making some headway there. Okay. I feel a lot better about this arena already. Woo! Golden as well. Can you... hang on. I'm gonna blind myself. I want to see if there's any sound cue that'll tell me who it is.
Legendary.
No. No clue. Oh, Malorn. Oh, that's cool. I think I might already have a Malorn. I think it's possible I already have a Malorn. Or maybe I just have 2 web spinners. I don't know. It's one of the 2. No, I don't already have a Malorn, evidently. Let's go and DE the golden one. I hate gold so much. Cool, Malorn, the card that no one uses. Now I have one. Yay. I'm also very close to being able to craft another legendary, which is really cool because then, and only that. Wait, what? Oh, King Crush. I was wondering. I have Gazrilla. No, but I forgot about the. I might get Archmage Antonidas? I don't know. Hang on, can I search by legendary? All sets. No? Search. Legendary. Oh, I totally can. Tyrian Forgery. That's interesting. Scenarios, like, I want to think of the most viable ones. Scenarios is viable, Archmage is viable, Tyrian Forgery is super viable. Both of these are really big. If I wanted to have a handlock deck, at the very least need Lord Jaraxxus, and if I want to make it a hand demon lock, I would need Mal'Ganis as well. I mean, I'm not missing that many viable legendaries, to be completely honest. Harrison Jones is one of them. I had a Leroy Jenkins, but I DE'd it when it got changed, because I got to get my huge amount of dust back. I mean, even if I crafted it again now, I would still be breaking even. I mean, none of these are super viable, except for the ones I've got. I mean, I guess Baron Geddon in the Warrior control deck. Malagos in Maligod decks, but that's so rare. Yeah, I have the majority of the viable legendaries. I'm in a pretty good position with that, to be completely honest. But I think the next one I pick up is going to be Lord Jaraxxus. Yeah. Almost certainly. Alright. After farting around with that for a while, let me say that my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Hearthstone Arena. The name of the deck has been... For Gnomeregan. No. You know what? It's gonna be Gnomeregan, right? And here's why. Because last arena I called it Dalaran, and it's because one of the best 3-drop slots that I could have chosen was a 1/4, right? And then in this one, we had the same thing. Gnomeregan Infantry, 1/4, costs 3. Yep, I think it's Gnomeregan. It's also because Dalaran Mage, Gnomeregan Infantry, right? They kind of, like, where they're from, and then their career. I like it. It's like a little, it's a little nod to last episode, which didn't need a nodding to because it's a fucking horrible performance. Hopefully the commentary was redeeming at the very least. My name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Hearthstone Arena. The name of the deck has been Gnomeregan. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourself. If you have, please click like. It does help me get my content out to you people. There's also a playlist in the description down below with all of my content on Hearthstone, past, present, and future, including Hearthstone Arena, Hearthstone Ranked, and Hearthstone Adventures. And hopefully we'll see you next time.